Welcome guys, and it is SCD Gaming here, and today I'm bringing you guys another video, and what you're going to be watching in the background is me playing some Star Wars Battlefront. It's an old gameplay before all the most recent updates came out. However, I still think you will enjoy that gameplay, but let's get into the topic of today. And there is some Star Wars news. Now, it's not actually related to the games, although I do have a few little topics to talk about on the games, but it's just some general stuff. So as you all know, in July, Star Wars Celebration Europe is coming out is happening, and that's happening in London. Of course, I will be attending the event on the Friday. Very excited to be going to that, and so far we have a couple of confirmed guests that will be attending the event. Of course, there's going to be loads and loads and loads and loads more. Last year there were, I believe, up to a week in advance people being announced, so there's going to be absolutely way more than what's been announced here. I think usually there's 30-40 including all the main list actors. But anyway, so far we have Mark Hamill has been announced, and he'll be doing autographs and panels, and Carrie Fisher has been announced, obviously, who plays Princess Leia. She's been announced. It only says she's doing panels, but it's most likely that the website needs to be updated, and she will also be doing autographs. Of course, we'll have to wait and see about that. On top of that, on the Friday, which is the day I'm going, they have the Rogue One panel. Now that is going to feature Kathleen Kennedy, the president of Lucasfilm now, and it's also going to feature the director of the new Star Wars Rogue One. So the likelihood is we're going to learn a lot of new information in July, late July. I can't remember the exact date. I believe it's July 28th to 31st, but I could be, no, it's not. It's before that, July 15th to 17th, that's it. So within there we should get some more news to detail the Star Wars Rogue One story for November, which should be very interesting. And alongside that, at Star Wars Europe, there's also going to be a Star Wars gaming convention within it, and they're going to have Star Wars Battlefront, and of course by then the Bespin DLC will already be out, since that will be out in June. So I don't know what they're going to show there. Maybe they might show some new updates, maybe it's just going to be there to play, but there might be some more stuff that will come out there, and of course with me being there, I'll be the first to know, and I'll be able to relay the information for you. Of course, they're going to have the Lego Star Wars there, which I believe will already be released as well. We would have already streamed it by that point. And then there's the possibility of them maybe showing off some new stuff for future Star Wars, or maybe even the next DLC. You never know, or they might hint at stuff. Anyway, there's going to be all sorts of Star Wars based games that are going to be within that room, from all different areas, from the PlayStation 2 to the PlayStation 4. And there's a potential for them to be showing off Star Wars Battlefront virtual reality there. We don't know for certain if they will be, but there is certainly that potential, as you know, they're going to be releasing a lot of stuff, and it is a big event. Now, on to the next topic, we might as well get straight into it. Bespin DLC, can't wait for that to come out. That's going to come out some point in June. We're going to be on that like a flash. We're going to be playing it, live streaming it. It's going to be absolutely crazy. Literally the moment it comes out, I'm going to be there within 10-15 minutes, however long it takes to download. So yeah, looking forward to that. But of course, the next topic is the Star Wars comics. Now, there are a lot of comics within the franchise. Of course, it used to be published by Dark Horse, and now they're being published by Marvel, and all of Dark Horse's have now been scrapped. That's no longer the canon alongside the films, and the new ones are. So with that being said, I know you would have already actually seen one of these, but I have picked up a new one. So I picked this up today actually, and it is Star Wars Skywalker Strikes, and it's the first episode of the comics. It's the graphic novel version I waited, and they are, I believe there's all 6, I believe it's 6 within this episode, within this storyline arc with this artist. And then I picked up part 2 ages ago, which you would have already seen, which has been signed by Stuart Immonen, the penciler for it, and that's part 2, and that is both parts towards the Star Wars new canon, which is officially part of the canon in between A New Hope and The Empire Strikes Back. So I would urge you to pick these up. Of course, there are other story arcs. There's the Darth Vader one, which entails Darth Vader, Darth Vader's Shadows and Secrets, and then Darth Vader Down. And then there's going to be a couple more coming out later in 2016, which I may review. I may review these actually once I've got through and had the chance to read them also. And then there's also one-off ones as well. There's also a Princess Leia 6-parter, which you can now buy as the graphic novels all in one, instead of getting the paperback versions. But if you want the paperbacks, go get the paperbacks, it would not make a difference. I would definitely recommend them. The artwork looks fantastic. There's also a Chewbacca one which was released, I believe, in February time of this year, and now there's also a Lando Calrissian one. So there's a lot of spin-offs. We've got the 3 graphic novels to do with the Star Wars ones, because Vader Down is a spin-off in between these. You have these 2 here that I showed you, and then Vader Down, and then they're going to be having more released again, I believe, in August and November. Then you've got Darth Vader, you've got the standalone ones which I've just talked about, the Princess Leia, Chewbacca, Lando. There's also a Shattered Empire which talks between The Force Awakens and why can't I think of it, Return of the Jedi. Kind of bridges a bit of that gap. That's just a six of the comics all put into one graphic novel. That's been released as well. I definitely recommend picking that up if you get the opportunity. But it's really interesting how they've scrapped all of that, and also there's another set of graphic novel versions of Rebels. Of course, you can get them issue by issue as they come out, or you can just wait honestly longer and get them in the graphic novels. I've waited just so I can have them all as one, although I probably will start picking up just the standard comics for £3-4 if I can find a shop that will do them locally. But I just find it interesting how they took everything that was canon and whoosh, sweeped it away and have completely redone it. All those you could effectively say are now fan fiction, because they have nothing to do with the Star Wars story arc. They do not stand next to the film. They've got no thing, which is quite disappointing, because there were some great stories told in those by Dark Horse. I've got the Clone Wars one up there which I actually showed off. See, this is the Clone Wars one. This one's quite old, I believe. I can't remember the exact year this came out, but this was done by Dark Horse, and that's no longer canon. The story that takes place in this no longer counts towards the Star Wars universe, which is annoying, but it's quite fun. Anyway, I could make a whole video on the Star Wars comics, issuing you, telling you what you should be looking for when you actually go through them, the parts that they are in if you would be interested in that, and the order they go in, and whether it's worth picking up the new canon or looking at the Dark Horses. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I know it's a little weird, quirky one talking about Star Wars Celebration, the new DLC and the new Star Wars comic pickup. But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe. We'll be bringing back more Star Wars stuff to the channel, as I know a lot of it's still going to be Uncharted, walkthrough every day. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe. And as always, may the Force be with you.